What's going on, people, and welcome back to another Premier League predictions for game week 35, and it starts on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Bournemouth versus Chelsea up first. The way it's going in the season, the form and the momentum at the moment with both teams, and Bournemouth being at home, I have gone with the home team to win this one, and I've gone 2-0. Manchester City versus Leeds. I think it's going to be a horrible long afternoon for Leeds. They've just got Big Sam in, and he may keep them up. I think it's going to be a really tough ask for him to keep them up, even with a man of his experience, because they can't defend. They're so open, and he might improve that. But I think against City, first game in, it's not the team you want to be playing in your first game back in management, thrown at the deep end where the crocodiles are. And I think City will easily win this one, and I'm going to go 7-0. Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. I've gone with an away win to Palace in this one. I feel like Hodgson has done a fantastic job since he's gone in there. I know in recent weeks they've been kind of letting their foot off the pedal a bit, and Tottenham's just all over the place. They can score quite a few, but they'll concede a lot as well. We've seen that with the Liverpool game. So I wouldn't be hugely surprised if Tottenham do win, being at home, and Palace can be inconsistent, but I fancy Palace for it. I've got to be honest. I've edged it a 2-1 away win to Palace. Wolves v Aston Villa. Wolves coming off that 6-0 hammering from Brighton, which really surprised me, because even when Wolves lose, they don't ship goals like that, and it did surprise me. Villa on a great run themselves. I know we recently narrowly got past them, but I do think Emery's doing a great job there, and I think they'll cause problems for Wolves, even though Villa are the away team, and I've edged it to Villa 1-0. And then 5:30 on Saturday, for the last Saturday game, we've got Liverpool versus Brentford. I think Liverpool are hitting form now at the end of the season. They could still grab that 4th place probably. I don't think they will, because I think that us, United and Newcastle will grab 3rd and 4th. And I think Liverpool will probably get 5th. But I think that they're going to probably win most of, or at least draw most of their remaining games against Brentford, who on their day can beat anyone. They're a really hard team to play. And when they're confident and their spirits are running high, they can beat anyone. At Anfield, it could be tough for them, but I've actually gone for them to grab a point in this one, and I've gone 1-1. Moving on to Sunday then, we've got 2 games, 4:30 kickoff and a 7 o'clock kickoff. The 4:30 is Newcastle versus Arsenal. I think this could be a really entertaining game. I'm expecting quite a few goals, and it could be possibly game of this game week. And I've narrowly edged it to Newcastle with a home win of 3-2. Arsenal just having a very convincing win against Chelsea, but it's not the Chelsea that we know of recent years, and against Newcastle with their fans behind them and the confidence in their form at home as well, they hardly ever lose there, let alone draw. So I fancy Newcastle for this to edge it. I've gone 3-2. In the 7 o'clock kickoff, we've got West Ham versus Manchester United. I think West Ham have improved in the recent month or so, but I fancy us for it. I've edged us to go 2-1 away at the Bowling Ground, 2-1 away win to Manchester United. Monday's games then, to finish off the game week, we've got 3 games, a 3 o'clock kickoff, a 5:30 and an 8 o'clock. The 3 o'clock is Fulham versus Leicester City. I've gone with a 1-0 win to Fulham in this one, narrow home win. Mitrovic, obviously, they're missing. They've just lost Pereira and they lost Ream, their captain, so the spine of their team is gone. But they put a really decent showing in against Liverpool the other day, with these players missing the spine of their team, and they had chances and could have won the game. So I think Fulham still have a good depth in their squad, for especially their starters. So, and Leicester can win on their day, but I think going to Fulham is going to be hard, and I think Fulham will do enough. 1-0 win for me. Brighton versus Everton at 5:30. I've gone with a home win to Brighton, not by 6 this time as they did against Wolves, but I've gone with a 3-0 home win. Dyche not quite turning it around and having desired effect that Everton would have hoped when they brought him in. So, and they could potentially get relegated. If Everton get relegated, I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of just... I'm going to be in shock because they've never been relegated since I've been alive, and they've always been that team in the Premier League. So it's going to be strange to see them go down. And I don't see them getting any points in this. So 3-0 Brighton. And then lastly, guys, we've got Nottingham Forest against Southampton in a battle at the bottom at 8 o'clock on Monday to finish off the game week. They're going to be scrapping and fighting for their lives, these teams, especially Southampton. But it's at Forest. I think Southampton are already down anyway, doomed. And I think Forest will do enough to get the 3 points in this. And I've gone with a 2-0 home win. That is my predictions, guys, for Game Week 35. Let me know yours in the comments, who your team has, and if you fancy them for the win. Enjoy the football coming up, guys, and I'll see you soon.